War Let's Play. Or Total War Warhammer.
Someone forgot their microphone.
Someone forgot their microphone.
That guy specifically.
Yeah, that guy did.
That guy did forget his microphone.
And so we spent about an hour trying to fuck around with audio recording stuff, and then said, fuck it, let's just play Airland Battle. So that's what we did.
Yep.
And now we're bringing you a replay of that, and I think it's going to be enjoyable.
Yes.
In the red corner, we have that major.
Yeah. We need a drum roll.
The red corner, we have that major. I'm playing the Polish. That major is cleverly enough what I call myself when I'm playing Airland Battle. This is Wargame Airland Battle.
You had a lot of flamethrowers.
I had a lot of flamethrowers. Look at all
You
those
cunt.
Yes, you'll see those flamethrowers in play later.
There is a disclaimer in my channel. I do swear. The disclaimer is there.
And in the blue corner.
In the blue corner, I am playing the British, and I have some anti-air, some command vehicles, some recon, and some heavy artillery. I don't know what I was doing.
So what was your concept of battle game?
My original cunning plan was to grab the two-point sectors there and golf to have a reinforcement point near the front line. And then try and outpoint you and bring in more reinforcements than you could. Except it kind of fell flat on its arse.
Yeah, I think my concept of battle was seize the city, seize the city, seize the city, and then all of the rest will sort of come from...
Yeah, I was playing the numbers game, and I always do this when I play Airland Battle. I always play the numbers game, and I always lose because it's not a numbers game.
Well, it most certainly is a numbers game. However, it just depends on what you're trading for what. So, starting off, we see Sovereign moving out his command units. Where are they going to?
One's going into Foxtrot, one into the corner of Golf here, and the third one, I think, was going to try and creep into this tree line at the side of India.
Sure.
Have a quick look, see what you were up to. So,
one into Bravo, one into Alpha, and I believe one into... Oh no, it's just
Alpha
one into Alpha. And,
yes. Because I
Bravo.
took the lead in the beginning for a while because I had Duda Golf.
Bravo is incredibly lightly defended. It had a flame tank and a anti-air defense unit.
Yes, and I couldn't freaking break
No,
it.
you couldn't. No, you couldn't, because I am playing the Polish, who are amazing. In real life and in this. Look at that armoured column. Gotta love it. Well, it's not an armoured column, it's a mechanised column.
It's a mechanised
column. It's a motorised
It's a
column.
column.
Yeah,
It's a column.
A column of military vehicles.
Yes, and it really makes me wish I had cluster bombs.
That's me splitting when I see your helicopters, which I think are about to come in and totally wreck my shit.
And they don't.
No.
They don't.
They just kind of sit there. Do they even disembark?
They do.
Oh, eventually, good.
And I forget about them for a while.
Yay! What were you doing?
I can't remember what I was doing. I think I was mostly counting points. Oh, yeah, I was bringing in reinforcements into this side. I'm not sure why. I kind of expected an attack through here. But then I didn't really see any of this coming, so...
By any of this, if you can't see the cursor at home,
yeah,
Sovereign
that's
was
my
pointing
view.
to... So, oh shit. You're kind
That's
of
what's actually there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then I dropped napalm on you dudes. That was fun.
Yeah, the Royal Marines were out of the fight before it even started.
So, I mean, I wrote an article about this game, and in that article,
Oh.
I mainly pointed out was the horror of war, and it was kind of this shit that I was talking about, right?
Right.
I mean,
this.
like,
This.
yeah,
This.
It looks so pretty, but then you see a little man just killed over and died. That can't be fun walking through that. Oh, yeah, there goes another one.
And then they get shot.
And then there's shooting.
Then there's shooting and more dying. And yes.
Horror. But presented in a very beautiful way. Oh, and more flame.
More flamethrowers. And then, yeah. I had some SAS in here, and then there were not SAS in there.
Who dares wins? Right. Oh, and look, here's the...
Here's the helicopters at last.
Helicopter rush. Helicopter rush in the early days of Wargame European Escalation and Airland Battle was very, very popular. This is not how to do it.
This is really wrong. I mean, they're gone. They're just gone.
Yeah. Didn't even have to bring in my attack helicopter to do anything there.
Nope. He was a bit late.
So, I mean, what would you say is the strategic overview at this point in the battle?
I'm very much on the back foot. You've got the city. I've got nothing to contest it. I was really scraping together points. I wonder if it'll actually tell me how many I had. No, it won't. Fantastic. But I do feel like I did feel that I was tight for points like the entire game.
Yeah. No, I certainly felt like early on I got the advantage in points. I think there's an interesting choice at the start of every game of Airland Battle, and that interesting choice is how many command units you're going to buy.
I bought too many.
Yes, because they cost a fucking bomb, right?
Yeah, they do.
And it's not that you bought too many, I think, but it's just the more you buy, the more conservative you need to be with the rest of your forces. I think, unfortunately, you just had a couple of small losses, which cost you another couple of 100 points. Get good, as they say online. Sorry, I'm just gloating.
Yep.
And there's some napalm getting dropped on some dudes.
Yep.
What was this a mistake?
These Saracens. No, they were the transports from these guys, and they were mostly just testing what you had on this side.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Unfortunately, they never really got to test it because they got a bunch of napalm dropped on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are quite. I had these guys sat up here for ages.
That's good.
Took you a while to find them.
That's good. Another thing I talked about in my article, I think, was how important recon is and how much of a
Oh god, yes.
paranoid bastard it makes you. I mean, you can tell if we switch between the view modes. So if we look from my view mode, you just can't see shit in this game. It's so difficult to tell.
That's mine. I have no idea how fucked I am.
No idea what's going on at all. And the less idea that you have what's going on, the more paranoid you feel, and the more difficult it is to make rationally informed decisions, really. So now we enter a period of the game which I think is basically just us bedding down in our positions, because I've stabilised the points situation now by capping Delta.
Yep.
Neither of us are in a position really to contest Echo or Hotel.
Yep. Here comes my tank from the wrong direction.
He's going for the city. He's going to take it on his own.
Yeah.
5 men against the world.
That chieftain was supposed to come in with his pals from down here.
Right.
And help lock this down, because I wanted to form a perimeter of tanks.
Right.
Backed up with, you can see my AA being queued up there as well. Except that I lost a bunch of tanks on this side, which meant that this side was completely open. Because I put up a reasonable fight here, I think, but it just wasn't enough.
I'm sorry if, by the way, people at home, you can occasionally hear the odd jostling of a microphone. We wish we had more money. I think if there's one thing I regret in life, it's not having more money.
Yes.
But
they say it can't buy you happiness, but it can buy you better recording equipment.
Yes, it can.
I'm just putting that out there.
Send us cash. Don't send us cash. It's fine. No, I would never solicit money like that, right?
No, never. We would never do that.
Right. Okay.
So
yes. as I say, this is just a kind of bedding down situation.
Yes. So you can see here that guy is quite secure in his position.
Yeah.
My position is teetering upon a knife edge.
See, I mean, I think what I was thinking at this point in the game is, where the fuck are all Sovereign's units?
Yep.
They have to be somewhere. And so I start doing some quite strange things later on. I start sending helicopters around mountains looking for troops that aren't there.
Yep.
But that's me bringing in some Cubs, which are heavy AA units. Shit heavy AA units, but they're
not terrible.
They are ex-Soviet stock. Because that's what Holland has.
Yes.
And they're not terrible, but
they're not as good as Bucks.
Yeah,
which is a cut backwards.
It is. And forwards, but no. Okay. And by forwards, I mean in the future, because the problems that doesn't matter. Yeah, so I'm just setting up an AA net here, trying to make sure that I have multi-layered defense of various kinds, making sure that I have recon units all over the map. As you can see, I see nothing, which is worrying to me.
The thing is that I can start to see some of that guy's stuff, coming in now. But the reason that he can't see anything is because I don't really have anything.
Quite. I mean, it makes me sad that I didn't have more tanks earlier on. Because I could have really stuck the knife in a bit. There was a lot of expenditure of air power to get those little transport things. It's not necessary.
Well, what else did I have?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Generally, when one finds themselves on the back foot, like one immediately reaches for the air support because that's just the kill it now button.
It's sort of like a comfort blanket.
It is. It is. I can see why he got spammed a lot in multiplayer.
Yeah. Back when 10v10 used to be a thing, like a real thing.
In Airland Battle, rather as opposed to Red Dragon.
Yeah, I played over 500 hours of Airland Battle. I always feel the need to let people know that because I fucking love this game.
So yes, that guy can't really see anything with mine just now.
No.
But then, neither can I see anything of his.
So what are you building up here?
I was trying to get my chieftains in place just to try and put the stopper on India, but there's one down here that I kind of forgot about for a while, mostly because it still had fuel at that point, but it gets to here and then runs out.
Yeah. It's protecting important intersectors.
No one's going to come.
No
one's going to come anywhere friggin' near.
No.
I was thinking about trying to counter on the city because I didn't really realise how much stuff you had. I mean, obviously it's a mistake, but when that's all you see, you think, maybe he's concentrating his forces up here.
Yeah, you'd hope so.
Except he's really just concentrating his forces everywhere.
I mean, the thing is that very early on I concentrated my forces in the city, and I was really hoping that you'd fixate on the city.
Yeah.
Because what a lot of people do, including me, in games of Wargame, is that cities become like these fetishistic objects where you get into a kind of struggle over who controls blocks and so on and so forth. But
the best trick really is just to stand back and bomb the crap out of it.
Yes. Something that they fixed in Wargame Red Dragon, it's much easier to just saturate an area with bombs. In Airland Battle, you can do this ridiculous thing that I find myself doing, where you dance units between city blocks because they teleport into a city block, and basically you can move twice as fast if you move from house to house, which makes no sense.
Yes. And you'll probably see some of them snapping to grid here.
Oh, combat!
It's short-lived. It's short-lived and painful.
Oh, some British Fusiliers, I think.
Yep.
Paratroopers. Oh,
and they're out, and then what happens is there's this bunch of engineers over here that just decide to come over, snap to the buildings, and I just get my ass literally handed to me.
It looks so cool though. Look at that shit.
Whoosh, whoosh. I do attempt to retreat, but I feel like that was a mistake at that time.
This is my house. This is my collection of houses.
Yeah.
Forming a town. It's therefore my town.
So of course I do the only logical thing and try to bomb it.
And I dance away.
But he dances away.
And then I think that gets cubbed to death.
No, that one got away, I think.
Oh. Cubbed to death is a really good track by the Crystal Method. It's in the Matrix soundtrack, I think.
Well, there you have it, folks.
Yeah. Folks at home. Crystal Method, good band. Fuck you.
I was so satisfied in getting that chopper.
It's just one chopper. Just one chopper. It really pissed me off there.
I know.
Because I'd saved up, I've been waiting, saving my Christmas money for that so-called.
I was mostly just satisfied to get a kill that I didn't lose something for.
So I think it's about this time in the game that I decided that I should really do something offensive because so I gave Sovereign the finger.
Well, they did that too.
Yeah, but so we've only got 27 minutes left. If I let that clock run out, then Sovereign wins. So what I've got to do is I've got to make sure that I actually have some kind of attacking forces. And so I start building up some tanks. You'll see at the bottom right hand of the screen there. Up. Correct. There we are. No. Up and to the right. Oh god. I wish I had a mouse. Right.
Oh, I see them.
Yeah. So I'm building up a little tank force there, and eventually I'll strike out with that. But I've got to keep it hidden for now, because if Sovereign gets to know about it, he will just bomb the ever-loving shit out of it.
Fortunately, my chances of finding out about it are minimal at best, given that your line wasn't that thick, was it?
No, it was tiny.
You just had the Scots.
It was nothing.
Yeah.
But this game, man.
See, I assumed there was infantry in there.
Yeah, and that's what you do. You make up a picture of how the world is, and you try, you work to that idea. You know, I mean, to be honest, I could have been building tanks much earlier on and rolling over you, but I just assumed that there was some kind of huge defensive line waiting for me.
So what I really need to do is I need to bluff more and like die less.
Yeah, and bluffing is hard. I see that you have a little collection of tanks over there. Presumably those are mistakes. That they're not supposed to be there.
These guys were supposed to be here.
Okay.
Kind of. In that originally I meant them to come up through Juliet and park in these woods here, because I wanted to try and maybe get a toehold on the city just to sort of cover this side of Hotel. Because actually what I wanted to do was to put a command vehicle somewhere in Hotel.
Yeah.
And I think...
For the uninitiated, those FV-432 Rardens are basically light tanks. They're kind of support units with autocannons.
Yep.
They're shit against tanks. They're actually okay against infantry.
They're reasonably effective against helicopters as well.
Yes.
But yeah, I was basically wanting to fort this up because I was trying to build a wee tank force up here and strike into Bravo.
Keep on hazy, being a bit cheeky, shooting your Rardens.
Yeah.
I can't pronounce that. I mean, I really enjoy playing the Polish, but I cannot say any of their units' names at all because I am ignorant.
You just don't speak Polish.
I don't speak Polish. I can't even pretend to speak Polish. It's one of those things I can't even... Like, I would say Saperzy Stormowy, but that's not how you... I'm pretty sure that's not any words from any language at all.
Probably not.
Saperzy. Saperzy?
I thought it'd be like a j sound.
It's Saperzy! No, I'm sorry. Let's refocus.
Yes. So you've got your recon guys behind there. I've got some dudes up here. Those guys gave you a bit of hassle, actually.
They did give me a little bit of hassle.
Not as much as I'd like, admittedly. But yeah, I'm forting this up a bit because I kind of want to try and push up through Echo.
Sure.
And secure this side of...
That was a teacup. Sorry.
Hitting the desk. Yes. I will at least secure the flank of Hotel, even if I can't hit the city. But some of my units up here end up out of position, and yeah, there's the Centurions that initially tried to go into the city.
There's a good little skit playing out here.
Yes.
So one of Sovereign's supply units basically got too close to one of my recon units, and then I stole it, and then I ran away from the tank that was trying to shoot it. It was good times.
Yes.
And then the recon unit gets hit by a tank.
Several, I believe.
Several tanks.
But yeah, again, that's where my reinforcements kind of coming in at the wrong time in the wrong place. The tanks were supposed to be here before the supply unit. Yeah. Because I suspected there might be something in those woods.
I think this is the point at which you attack my tanks with your infantry, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes, because I see them rolling down there. So they roll in, I'm hating.
Yeah.
And in come the Fusiliers.
Oh shit, son.
Except it doesn't really go as well as I'd hope it would.
I do see them like fractions of a second before they actually get to do anything. Yeah. So I react to them a bit, I think. Unless one of my tanks just goes down like a sack of shit. No, there's some reaction.
I think I was splitting my guys, but then they just kind of all end up panicked and stunned, so I regroup them again.
So it's at this point that I forget that I'm playing Airland Battle and think that I'm playing Red Dragon. Because in Red Dragon, infantry...
Just kill tanks.
No. Infantry just get fucking loaded by tanks most of the time, honestly. Unless there's like shitloads of infantry, very few tanks. Just so long as the tanks can get their armor around to face them.
Yeah.
So I do lose I lose a Jaguar. That's one Polish word I can say because it's the same as the English word.
And it was quite funny to see this line of tanks
Running away
kind of running away.
from 18 dudes.
Yep. You actually had them in full retreat. You turned them right the way around.
Yeah. Which is dumb because there's no need to do that because units move as fast in reverse as they do. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Reverse everywhere.
It's one of those weird things. Don't reverse everywhere because that means your arse is showing.
Does my
Oh,
bum
and I
look big in
missed
this?
them.
You completely missed.
Aww.
It took a lot not to snigger at that.
Yeah. That makes me sad.
So, on the other side of the board,
Board. It's a board now.
it's a board now.
Not a map.
You can see here's the command vehicle I wanted to move in,
Oh,
and it's
God.
gone completely the wrong way because I told it to come into the bottom half of hotel,
Yeah.
and I was hoping it would come up through Juliet, but no, it decided to wander in the long way from golf.
Yeah, Jesus.
And then I had to.
Oh no, it is the short way. I mean, if you think about
Yeah,
it, it's just the dumb way.
yeah, it's the really dumb way. So. I then made another mistake where I just told it to just go south down here, and I hoped it wouldn't take like 6 hours to get to the road.
Oh, it will take 6 hours.
And I just wish I told it to follow the fast route back to golf and down the roads and along, because turns out that they have an off-road speed of 40 kph, and that sucks.
How many kilometers across are these maps?
The short answer is lots.
Yeah. I think it's something like 50? No. Yeah, no, I think it's something like
Probably
50.
about that,
Yeah.
Yeah. And you can see my my Centurions, because they went the wrong way, have now run out of fuel,
Nice.
and they're just kind of sat there. So here's me bringing in the supply vehicles again, and I think most of them get blown up.
Yay! Soviet aggression.
Yep. So, just quickly flicking back to that guy's perspective again. He can't really see an awful lot of my stuff apart from this one command tank.
I did wonder what the fuck was going on with that. Didn't have anything to reach out and touch it. That's the only problem.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, right? I mean, there was nothing stopping you really. Just coming down here. One chieftain.
I realised now actually that I attacked the strongest part of your lines. Like.
No, over here was stronger.
Nah, man, that's I'm afraid objectively worse. All you've got over there is one striker, which is a anti-tank missile unit.
Yeah, but
And
then
a couple of Rardens and
I reinforced this north side though.
yeah. But had I just shifted my tanks over there,
Yeah.
it would have been more difficult because you're closer to reinforcement there, and I fucking hate your heavy artillery.
Boom. No recon for you.
So unnecessary.
Given how important recon is in this
Given
game,
how important recon is,
I think it was entirely necessary that I obliterate that unit.
my sappers completely go the wrong way, looking for your dudes, and then they turn around.
Yep.
Eventually.
Eventually.
Do I turn around? Yeah.
You do.
Close.
Because you're Scots.
Scot.
Scot. Great Scott!
It's a Scotty dog.
Why?
It's a Scotty dog. I'm sorry.
You will be.
Flamethrowers.
And flush. Thus ends the next sad chapter of Fusiliers.
I was going to try and play the last post, but I forgot how the last post goes. So, yeah, what are we doing? So this is me just winding up, and I'm going to punch Sovereign in the face very, very soon.
Yeah, it hurts.
First one.
Yeah. They've got good frontal armor, but that's about it. I mean, that's an AoE HE cannon.
Yeah, it's
Like-
not gonna
Does nothing to a tank.
cut the mustard against T-72 M1 Jaguar.
You just like having a tank you can pronounce, can't you?
I do.
You do. Yes.
I think I can pronounce Wilk as well. I think it's just Wilk. Although it's probably more like Vilk,
It's probably, yeah.
but whatever. I think that's more German than it doesn't matter. Yeah. So these losers here, they get to fuck.
Yeah, absolutely pasted.
Under
Boom.
the cover of the smoke screen, tanks move down.
It's not really much of a smoke screen, it's the fact that I don't have anything there.
One of the tanks, I believe, just gets humped. Oh god, But I love those LSUs because they're kind of crap, but they do occasionally stun things.
Yeah.
And then air battle.
Airland battle.
It is an airland battle. If you don't know that the American doctrine for battle in Europe in the 1980s and early 1990s was called airland battle. Airland battle just sounds like somebody is having a stroke or something. Like,
A little bit.
what is it? It's an airland battle. Okay.
It's a battle with land and air.
Between the air and the sky. Between the air and the sky.
That's the same thing.
Between the land and the sky. That's what I meant to say.
I did shoot down a fair few of your planes, I'm glad to say.
You did, which I'm noticing that you're focusing on the battle that you're winning, rather than.
I've got to take the victories where I can.
Yes, indeed. Did you bloody blow that up?
I thought that helicopter had landed,
Oh, you didn't go.
but I missed.
You can blow things up.
I know.
in mid-air,
I
yeah.
tried. I thought, oh, I'll shut down your recon.
You have to hit them on the shadow.
Yeah.
Makes no sense. Oh, see that skillful dodge? Major League Gaming. That's that's some serious MLG shit right there.
I hate you.
Yeah. So at this point,
I am fucked.
no. At this point, I thought that you were launching a counterattack on the other side of the thing. Oh, you were. So we just missed entirely a counterattack that took place on the.
Kind of. I mean, I sort of dug in here, and I threw some transports up here again to try and find out where this bloody thing was. I was convinced it was somewhere back here.
Yeah, because it was, and then I moved it. I have the skills that kills.
And this side, well,
this was really troubling to me for a while because I thought there might just be a lot more stuff behind there. I mean, I lost a.
nope.
Was it, yeah, I lost a couple of fighters trying to get in there, but I needed that helicopter which fires anti-tank missiles, which is very, very bad for my heavy tanks. My big T-72s. I have two kinds of T-72s. One is the Jaguar, the Shaguar, as you might say. The other is the Wilk. The Jaguar is a bit of a shitter model of T-72 than the Wilk. Wilk is pretty heavily armored. So I generally refer to it as my heavy tanks. It can stand up to most British tanks. They're not amazing. You see the AP power there, 18, that's good.
There's a Jaguar for comparison.
16, but if you look at the front armour, much shitter.
It's only 1 point less.
Much shitter. I tell you what though, it's 30 points difference and it feels like a fucking 100 points worth of difference between the two of them. And
I'm
here,
desperately trying to call in reinforcements. These tanks were supposed to be here like 10 minutes ago, but guess which way they went?
Yay! And Sovereign using the age-old tactic here of feeding his tanks to fight one by one.
Well, it's tried and tested, right?
It's tried and tested.
I mean, this was the charge of the light brigade, right?
Yeah.
I think you said it was more like the charge of the tank brigade, but never mind.
Charge? No, it's like the polite queue.
the slow crawl.
The slow crawl of the tank brigade.
Desperately trying to put down some cover for my surviving chieftain, but unfortunately I can't block everything. My command chieftain finally here after being refueled.
Yay, it's so
Twice.
slow. It's so slow. It looks like slow motion. But
Yeah.
It's not. I'm loving how dramatic the music is at this point.
I know.
Behind this tank. Anyway, and then it was interesting kind of smoke that you tried to put down. Yes, that was just a dramatic moment as well.
Mostly, yeah. I mean, the idea was to blind you to stop you firing so that I could get more than one unit into position.
Yeah.
But it just didn't happen.
And now you're on a timer, unfortunately, because
Yep.
I have +2 points ticking up on that points tracker. So
Yep.
you need to shift me quick.
Yeah, that doesn't happen either.
No.
I'm kind of surprised
Spoilers.
these guys lasted.
I meant to send something to kill them, but I just didn't have anything free.
Yeah.
Because everything was... One of the things that I've kind of learned in our multiple battles over the years, none of which have been televised until this point, but televised, YouTube, fuck you.
Internet.
Do you see that Jaguar? Fucking
Yes.
battle.
It was beautiful.
And then it gets murdered. Oh god, that's satisfying. Anyway, yeah, one of the things that I've learned is just to bend everything to the attack, because you are winning even though it feels like you're not. You're losing stuff, but they're losing stuff as well.
Yep.
In real military situations, 70% casualties in a large-scale attack are kind of expected, and that's the Cubs failing to hit a damn thing, which is why they're shit.
Well, considering how many planes that I've lost, I think I had to get lucky and not lose something at one point.
Yeah. I mean, I'd prefer it if you didn't really, ever, and I just always murdered everything of yours. That'd be great.
Yeah, but then there'd be no point in playing, would there?
No, it's true. It's true.
And you wouldn't get to play your lovely, lovely game.
Oh, it's so lovely. Look at this lovely game. Look at how pretty it is. Look at the pretty. That doesn't look quite so pretty. That looks like a radioactive tank. But there are other pretty things about it. God, look at that.
Whoosh. Whoosh.
Ignore the skybox. Oh god, yeah, no, that hurt. I dropped a cluster bomb on my command tank, and that really...
1 hit point.
Yeah. But that's why you take command tanks. Because
Yeah.
there's a couple of different kinds of command vehicles that you get. One is tanks, and the other is basically soft skinned like jeeps and stuff. Had that been a soft skinned jeep, it would have been...
Dead.
Yes, dead, gone. An X jeep.
Deceased.
Dead, yes.
Bucked the kick it.
Yeah, bucked the kickers, yes. Kainen for the Fiats! I don't even know what that was. I automatically go into like a Morningside accent whenever I do a fucking accent now.
Pining for the fjords.
Kainen for the Fiats. I also don't know what that was. It certainly was not John Cleese.
No, it wasn't. I thought mine was bad.
Yeah.
And it was bad. I'm not going to
Kainen
deny
for
it.
the Fiats. No, that's like, yeah, it's more Scottish. Anyway, right. Let's refocus.
Yes.
Let's refocus. What's going on?
I have like nothing at the minute. I'm desperately pulling in challengers because like it's that or nothing. Like if the challengers can't carry this, nothing will.
So you're building up on the reverse of the slope there.
Yep. So my single lone challenger Mark II there, who's just kind of sat there going, oh god, why? I hope they don't come over this hill anytime soon.
I was thinking really the same thing. Honestly.
Meanwhile, I am doing my best to try and shut down your artillery. I actually thought I got that one.
I don't think. Well, you didn't get it now. You got it later.
Okay.
I think. I did have.
These guys are turtled. This side's all reasonably well turtled for what it's up against.
I do have an AA net, sort of that I pull back from other places later. The Cubs were just there really to give you a bit of suppression.
Yeah.
More than anything else.
Blowing those up was fun.
Yeah. I have no doubt. I'm trying to desperately pull in more heavy tanks just to give me a fighting chance, because I know that eventually the British challengers are coming and they are harsh, and I really don't have anything that's a solid counter to them.
No.
I mean, I have some air-launched missiles, and oh god, here comes heavy artillery.
It just doesn't kill stuff.
It's killed. It killed a couple of things, but only when I had stopped paying attention. I think that's almost what it's there for. It's to punish people who aren't paying attention to the stuff.
And to your credit, it's not really that effective.
Yeah. So I just have lots of random units scattered about because I was fucking convinced that you had shitloads of special forces dudes in my backfield.
Yep.
Oh, is this the challengers coming up?
This is the challengers.
Epic tank battle. And when I say epic tank battle, I mean a tank battle between. Your cameraman skills are terrible.
Silence. There we go.
So the couple of challenges, they move up and
Oh Jesus!
What are you even doing? What are you even? Oh my god! Right. Yes. Yeah. Easy. So I think one of them got blown up by an airstrike, haven't I?
I think so.
Oh no, they're both doing.
Oh
fucking hell! Sovereign. Right, what I try and do here is I try and use some tactics against these tanks by moving my forces back across this plateau so that I can surround those tanks and get lots of lovely flank shots on them.
I just start taking missiles in the face.
You take 1 damage from each one of those. Yeah, literally nothing.
Yeah.
They kill him.
And there he goes. Takes a shot from the command tank and just explodes.
Did the command tank kill him?
Might have been. Is one of these tanks up here?
Jammy bastard if he did so. Can't have been. They can't damage charges. Must have been Luke. Willkommen.
You're
To
lapsing
my
into
trap.
German again.
Yes. And unfortunately, these challengers are just kind of flanked both sides. Doesn't matter which way they turn, they're going to get hit in the side from a Wilk.
They just kind of die.
Unfortunately.
That side armor's only 10.
Yes, the side armor of Challenger is not impressive. The front armor is the best in the game, but unfortunately, from the side they are toasty biscuits.
They are utterly toasty biscuits.
And I think
they got toasted like a biscuit.
That's basically it. That's
Yep.
all she wrote, really.
I couldn't get any closer to that T-72, and that was GG.
GG. Yeah. So, I mean, post-battle, what do you think you would have done differently?
I kind of felt like some of the units I had were just not the tools I needed for the job. The heavy artillery was just a mess.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, it stunned a couple of units, it sniped a couple of units, but it just didn't have... It just didn't do what I wanted to do, and what I wanted it to do was mass suppression and smoke.
Yeah.
And it just didn't have the rate of fire for it. Mortars would have been way better.
Sure.
With what I had, though, because you go to war with the tools you have, is I should have had the tanks in earlier, particularly the heavy tanks.
Yeah.
Maybe not right at the start, but sooner than they were. And I could have been a lot more careful in my reinforcements not coming in from the wrong side of the map.
Yeah, I think the reinforcements coming in from the wrong place was bad. I think that one thing that you never really recovered from was my early points advantage, because you got into the trap, and it is a trap in Airland battle, where you start fighting fires rather than building force.
Yes.
So you constantly feeding troops into a losing situation, rather than making sure that you have that you're building the strength up in the back lines to fight back.
Yep.
It's easy to say that. It's very, very difficult to actually get that shit done.
Yeah.
In a
I
game.
mean, what it does mean is it means accepting that your current front line is a lost cause.
Yes.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And no one wants to lose dudes, especially in a game where those units are actually irreplaceable because you have a finite number of dudes.
Yeah, it's true. You have to be quite cold, I think. In this game, you have to really just accept that that's fucked.
Yeah.
I mean, you can try and get things out if you want, but there's a general military principle that you don't reinforce failure. If you're attacking on a front and the attack's not going anywhere, then you stop attacking on that front. You find a different axis to attack it.
Mathematics of war.
Mathematics of war. Well, thank you for joining us. I think if I would do anything differently, if we were playing again, I would make sure that we bring the right fucking equipment to record
Total Warhammer.
Total Warhammer, yeah. And make sure that gets done. And hopefully we'll have a couple of hot, fresh new episodes of Total Warhammer for you. Hot, fresh out the oven. I don't even know what that is now. Hot and fresh out the kitchen, I believe it's the line from the anyway, it doesn't matter.
What do you do with your PC?
What do I do with my PC?
That's
my
your own business. That's
yes.
your own business alone.
In any case, we'll stop rambling now. Thank you very much for joining us today, and I hope that you enjoyed this battle report. I have been that guy.
And I have been Sovereign.
Thank you.
See you next time.
See you next time. Bye now. Still recording, still recording, still
Silence
recording.